Holy cow. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. What a doofus. Oh, wait, that's me. Ah, hi, Rusty Bill. Tonight I will be playing either Larry Atkins when I'm wearing the hat or Dr. A.B. Cutman when I'm wearing the glasses. So make sure you keep tabs on that and mark down if I forget who I am, because sometimes that happens in real life. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm from Grandview, Missouri, and I'm sure the other two will have much more interesting things to say.
Hey, I am Kat. I am calling in from Houston, Texas. I play Tracy Hemlock, who is a psychic. Obviously, she's really bad at it. And owns a little like knickknack store. And I also play Faye DuPont, who is a foreign exchange student, probably from France, but there's been some questions about that reality. But she's definitely a foreign exchange student from someplace.
Hello, I am coming to you live from Victoria, Australia, and it's a rainy, cold day here. I play Miss Champagne mostly, and she's kind of a funny character. She cries a lot, but nobody seems to ever pay attention or acknowledge the fact that she's crying. And she's a bit of a weirdo with how she likes to date anything and anyone. And she has interesting relationships with the people and objects around her. And then today I might be playing Francis as well, in honor of Matt not being here today, who is a ghost and who has given me his house. He's mine now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's time once again for Queen City Comedy's improv team Smells Like Ghosts, starring in the Paranormal Soap Opera Mystery Theater thing show. I'm your host, insert host name. Join us now in the episode we call Insert Episode Name here. But first, here's what happened in our previous episode.
It's very sad thing that nowadays there's so little useless information around. These monsters, they're everywhere.
I'm waiting.
I'm just saying that you are doing such a good job learning to respect yourself and your boundaries that I'm just really proud of you. So, reading the tea leaves, I feel like is just overstepping that. And I don't want to do that as your friend.
All right. I respect your opinion, Daisy, and thank you for saying that you're proud of me. But you know that that's not what I'm asking about. Come on, spill your tea.
All right. I'm still breaking into everybody's houses after I said I wouldn't.
Why?
Checking. I'm just checking in on everybody, not breaking in, checking in.
Well, that's right. You have to check in.
I mean,
It
otherwise
just
things like Francis dying happens.
well, that's very true. That's very true. I've just noticed that there's been some whispering going around. And I think people are getting a bit funny about it. So maybe you have to be more careful when you go.
Oh, like 2 a.m. when everybody's asleep and then they won't notice. That's
Yeah.
you know what, brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Yeah. Francis was telling me actually that he thinks the best time is about 3:15 in the morning.
Oh. Well, that would just make me about as tired as a four-star general on a hot air balloon ride.
Wow, that's a good one, isn't it? I think that's one of your best lines you've had so far, Tracy.
Oh, thank you. I picked that one up from my grandma.
I bet she was a wise lady.
Yeah. I mean, all her brains were in her teeth and her teeth were all on the jar next to her bed. So I would say she kept all her wisdom with her.
Meanwhile, at the cafe. I'll tell you what, I got about an hour's sleep last night, because them stupid raccoons and their bluegrass band of all things.
The bluegrass is one of the few things about American culture that I don't understand. It sounds like people drumming on pickle barrels.
Don't give them any ideas because they got enough weird things. They don't need the pickle barrels in making even more noise at night. But yeah, the bluegrass, it's just the down home country folks, used to kind of be dependent on each other for stuff. And so they get together once in a while with a fiddle and a guitar and a washboard bass. Boom, boom, boom.
It sounds very fitting for raccoons to be playing bluegrass then, because they seem like a very collective, rely on each other trash pandas.
Yeah, I don't hold that part of it against them. It's just that they got to quit rehearsing at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's all I gotta say.
So have you tried calling the constable or cops on them? It just seems like they should hold it. I just realized you were the
Yeah,
animal catcher and mayor, and you're letting this happen.
well, how am I supposed to stop it? These are not your average raccoons. Now, these are actually alien life forms, but they look like raccoons, so we call them raccoons. See, regular raccoons can't play guitar. They break it and try to eat it.
Have you ever thought about starting a stage in the jail and just trapping them in, lock the door behind them? Haha.
Yeah, Faye, that's not a half bad idea. Just I just tell them, hey, look, you could use the community hall there for your rehearsals, and then I live blocks away from their dad. That would work real well. You're a genius there.
'Tis why I came to this town to study with the other geniuses around. I'm glad I can give something back.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, because I can't put a whole lot of faith in my staying awake today. And if something major happens, I'm liable to just be sitting here with the snoring and stuff.
Then something.
Excuse me. I couldn't help. I zoomed. I somehow zapped in here. I heard bluegrass. But you guys been talking about bluegrass music.
Well, yeah, I was just telling Faye, I was up all night, got about an hour's sleep because the raccoons would be practicing their bluegrass in my house.
Yeah.
give you one guess who's been instigating the bluegrass raccoon playing, and the name starts with an F and ends with a Francis.
Well, yes, it's my band. I've hired the raccoons to practice because I love bluegrass.
Well,
It,
for crying out loud, I think that's a great idea there, Francis, but at least you could have them practice in your house instead of mine, keep me awake. I mean, I'm the constable, for crying out loud, and the animal
now,
control officer. You know how bad this makes me look?
now, Larry, don't yell at me. Now, then I don't have a house anymore. I've given it to Miss Champagne. You all know that. I've been banished to the back far room with all the energy drinks that got mysteriously stolen.
Francis, I hate to be the one. Actually, I'm delighted to be the one to inform you of this. But you also don't have a body to need a house.
That's true. You don't need to turn on the air conditioner in the summer.
Meanwhile, in the cave behind the cafe,
I have never seen so many different types of fungus growing on the walls here.
I mean, after that incident with the fungus and the feet and the ghosts and the well, I'm concerned to see that there's fungus down here too.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you giving me a lead on this because, nobody else is quite the monster fighter that you are there, Raccoon. But I cannot believe that this stuff is. It's affecting my head. Look, I'm starting to talk like y'all.
Dude, you are starting to sound like Tracy.
I don't understand. I just want to go home.
I feel like this dark, dingy cave that feels like a basement, an unfinished basement, an unbuilt basement, that this fungus could get loose in the world if it's not properly maintained.
Meanwhile, on Francis's porch, so I've been kind of frustrated, porch, because I've got my own life, right? I'm trying to do good things with myself. I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying not to be mean to people. I'm trying specifically not to be mean to Faye, who is such a jerk, and try not to punch her in the face, but whatever.
If it makes you feel better, both the Cliffs of Despair and their cousin, the River, don't like her either. She's just kind of a pain in the ass around town.
I'm not going to say that makes me feel good, but I might just smile about that in my heart.
They both also complimented you.
Shut up.
They said that you'd been doing very well with loving yourself and respecting your boundaries.
They're so nice to me.
They like you a lot. You're a very delightful person.
Well, it's hard now because you actually almost have to book an appointment to go talk to the Cliffs of Despair because everybody else is out there. Every time I go there, that weird monk guy is sitting out there, and then you got other people all waiting in line, and it's frustrating,
Yeah. The Cliffs of Despair have become even more despairing since this has started happening too.
Maybe I should make up a bad rumor about the cliffs or something so people don't go there. But they are kind of called the Cliffs of Despair. Maybe if I changed the name, maybe if I said it's the Cliffs of Happiness, no one will go there.
Ooh, that just would get tourists from over in Disclosed to come over. Yeah. Part of why we named them Despair. And then they just took on the personality, and it's been kind of depressing since out there. Great view, though.
Great view. I've had a few people fall off of that cliff. I've known a few people. They don't end up very well. It's kind of weird. Kind of despair.
Good one.
Well, thanks for laughing at my jokes. Yeah, I didn't mean for it to be a joke, but I appreciate you laughing at it. I was thinking, I was going to tell you, are you bothered by the music that Francis has been putting on with the raccoon alien things?
Nah, I'm just a porch. I just kind of like hang out here.
That's true.
Yeah. It's probably like the most entertainment I get all day.
Yeah. I can't tell if I like it or not. Sometimes it's really good. And then sometimes, because they're raccoons, I don't know if they can read music, but sometimes it gets a bit weird.
Ooh.
And then you kind of hear this like strange sound, and everybody sound like the group of them sound like they're kind of like scared for a minute. Like the music stops. Have you noticed that? It like stops for a minute and then it kind of picks back up slowly.
Yeah, there's like some weird glowing that happens around him when that happens. And it almost seems like it's coming up out of the ground from someplace. It's a little creepy.
It is weird. I've gone into that room because it's that room opposite of Francis's room. And nobody seems to go in that room. But like I peeked in and it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Like creepy old doll heebie-jeebies or like creepy chainsaw heebie-jeebies?
More like creepy doll heebie-jeebies.
Okay, that's pretty creepy.
It's like super creepy. I mean, I've got a chainsaw.
Meanwhile,
I have made the most amazing discovery. I cannot believe this. I gotta tell Tracy. Oh, hi, Faye.
you can tell me instead, and I will pretend to care like Tracy does.
Well, look, like I found all this fungus that was growing around underground, and I took it and I sampled it, and it does the amazing thing. Look, watch here. Look, see this one, this pink one. Watch one. And now, who am I talking like?
The dead president that I don't know because I am French.
No, it's Christopher Lloyd, for crying out loud. All right, here.
Yes.
Well, partner, what do you think of me now?
Definitely the old guy who had a kid at 78.
I don't even know who that is. What are you talking about? Look, here's Jerry Seinfeld. Hey.
Oh, that was spot on.
Okay. So this could change the whole world, you see, because I give people these fungus and they snort it a little bit and then they can become other people. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, dude, why would people want to be other people? Being me is the most amazing thing.
What? Well, look at Facoon. He goes out and hunts monsters, right? Right? Wouldn't you like to be Facoon?
As I say, people who try to do great things die on Mount Everest. No need to be too motivated in life. It gets you nowhere.
Okay. Well, then you are probably not the right person that I would want to, hook up in business with or stuff. But I got to get the keys from Tracy because this stuff will only grow under the ground. So I got to get the keys for people's houses and I got to start growing this fungus in their basement.
That sounds like a Tracy problem.
Yeah. So I'm going to go find Tracy and tell her about it. Hey, wouldn't you like to sing like Barbara Streisand, even if only for 5 minutes?
Who is Barbara Streisand?
I think I need an aspirin or 6.
Meanwhile, at Tracy's psychic shop.
Is it true, Tracy? Has Dr. Cutman seen you yet?
No, I have not talked to Dr. Cutman in a while.
Are you all right, Tracy? What's wrong with you?
Bless my heart. I am not doing all right today. I just was having a moment. I saw this yellow stuff laying around and I thought that maybe it was like the powdered gold frosting that I had accidentally left out. And then
It's very yummy.
it was, but it wasn't the frosting, and just it messed up my voice for a moment.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. I just wanted to make sure because you acted like you were very excited to see me, and you normally I have a different reaction from people.
Well, I'm always excited to see everybody in town, Francis.
Well, I've come here today on very selfish reasons, really. You see, I couldn't help but overhear when I was zapping myself around the town. Doctor come and saying he had fungus that can make you into something, and I was wondering if maybe I could become someone again.
Oh, well, that sounds wilder than a house-trained skunk at space camp, but I like this idea.
Maybe it's a bit of it might be a bit of a stretch, but I feel like if I could sing like Barbara Streisand for a moment, what would that be like?
I mean, I believe I've been hearing about the complaints about the raccoon band that you're in. I feel like if you were singing like Barbara Streisand, there might be a few less complaints around town. So,
You're a genius, Tracy. I've got to go. I've got to go talk to Dr. Cut.
meanwhile, at Dr. Cutman's office,
Hey, my apartment is so small. Oh, I can't. Oh, hi.
you were asking about those keys. I heard it through the grapevine. So,
Oh, thank you. Because I got all this fungus stuff. Oh, it's an amazing thing. But it only grows underground, so I need to get to everybody's basement and start putting it up, so that we can have all of it. Yeah.
I mean, we've also got a whole pile of manure out on the north side of town that I honestly don't know how it got there. And I know just about all of the ins and outs of weird shit popping up in town. I hear fungus really likes manure. That might be what we should do with it.
Well, yeah, that'll help feed it and make it grow faster for sure. But we definitely need a dark, damp place, and most basements are dark and damp.
Do you know who has the darkest, dampest place in town? It's gonna be Francis's old place. It's now Miss Champagne's.
Francis's place, of
Mhm.
course. We could grow some of it even under that porch that goes all the way
Hey,
halfway around it.
hey,
Uh,
hey!
Hey,
How dare you?
who,
I
who,
just talked to Francis and he said you want to put more freaking weird things under the porch deck floor of my house? A
yeah,
man.
but we'll make a fortune. I'll tell you what. Here's Audrey Hepburn. Here, try it.
Breakfast at Tiffany.
Uh,
David. I never got to try my borders, did I?